The city of Indianapolis needs your help naming the snowplows. That's right, snowplows here on a night where we have been dealing with 90-degree temperatures here in central Indiana. We thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to talk about here on this Tuesday night. Great to be with you. I'm Scott. We'll get with Angela in a moment, find out about the string of 90-degree temperatures that Indiana is dealing with right now. Boy, we feel like we are in the middle of summer right now. We'll find out also when our next chance for rain is. Our big story tonight coming up in a few moments, we'll be talking with Logan Gay about the possibility of seeing some Afghan refugees here in Indiana, all part of the evacuation that is underway in Afghanistan. So again, welcome to Facebook Live. Good to be with you. Make sure that you let us know where you are watching tonight. That way we can give you a shout out over the next 15 minutes as we hang out with you. So we've got snowplows to talk about. We've got Afghan refugees that we're going to get into, but let's bring in Angela and start our show tonight with this weather that we just seem to be trapped in this sweaty, humid weather.
Sweaty is a good word for it. You said it during the early news. Well, I guess we're going to continue to sweat for the next several days. And
right.
You're right. We're at day 4 in a row of 90-degree heat, and easy another 4 or so,
really?
Maybe more possible as we look ahead at the next 7 days. But I'm going to start with some good news. We need some rain.
Yeah,
There's actually some on radar. If you were with us early this evening, we were tracking this line of storms that looked to be going mainly west to east. Well, now it's kind of making a sag to the south. So we're going to include some rain chances for, the northern half of the state over the next several hours into the early part of tomorrow morning. This is updated timeline with Future Track 13. Pretty good job on the placement of where we have the rain now. Unfortunately, it looks like it weakens as it moves our way, but still the chance, if you are north of Indianapolis, that you get some rain, much needed rain, and maybe a few rumbles of thunder overnight. Otherwise, really the big story continues to be the heat. We're under another heat advisory tomorrow. We had a high of 94 today. Heat index values that were anywhere from, about 98 to 105. And we'll be in that range, maybe a little higher tomorrow. So,
my goodness.
Yeah, we encourage you to take precautions from the heat. Family and friends that don't have air conditioning, make sure you check on them. Pets need extra shade and water, or if you can, keep them inside when it's this hot.
Hundreds of Facebook viewers joining us tonight. Great to have all of you with us. Let's go ahead and just read a few names. Virginia's in Kokomo tonight. We're going to talk about an important weather event that took place 5 years ago in Kokomo. We'll talk about that coming up. Barb from Canby, Indiana. Zach is with us tonight. Tim saying, hi, Scott and Angela. Marion here. Good to have you with us, Tim. Don from Columbus, Indiana. Pam from Delphi. Cheryl from Rossville. Joyce says, please turn down the thermostat.
Turn it down just a little, a couple notches.
I know, we could all use a little break. And Betty from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I'll bet you it's probably a little cooler up in
a few degrees cooler in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, so great to have you with us, and continue to let us know where you're watching tonight. We'll get back with Angela coming up in a moment. But let's turn our attention to our big story that we're going to be talking about on the news at 11 o'clock. The president today indicating that they are going to keep the deadline of leaving Afghanistan to August 31st, which is a week from today, and trying to get thousands of people out of that country. And one of the possibilities that we may seeing is that we may end up seeing some of those refugees here in Indiana. So let's bring in our new friend of the show, Logan Gay, who joins us for the first time here on Facebook. Logan, first of all, welcome to the 13 News team. It's great to have you on board.
Thank you, Scott. I'm so proud to be a part of the team. Thanks for the warm welcome.
Yeah, you bet. So your story tonight is looking at this possibility of having some Afghan refugees relocating to Indiana. Tell us about your story.
Yes, Scott, that's right. I actually spoke with the executive director of Exodus Refugee, and they told me that they are ready at a moment's notice to welcome Afghan refugees right here to Indiana, and that they've actually already done that. There is one refugee family who was on one of the first evac flights out of Kabul, and they are settled right here in Indianapolis. And so they're settled. Of course, they're not letting people know who they are and where they are, but they are right here in Indianapolis. And Exodus Refugee says that they are willing to help many more, anything that they can do to help. And so what I want to focus on in my story is how can Hoosiers help? Because we all know that when Hoosiers get involved, things get done. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on in my story. And if you want to learn more, you can tune in. I'll be on at 11.
All right, Logan, thanks so much. We are very interested in watching your story, and you're absolutely right. Hoosiers want to jump in and help any way they can. So we invite our Facebook friends to tune over tonight on 13 News at 11 and to watch Logan Gay's story tonight and to find out how you can be involved. Logan, again, welcome to the team, and thanks for joining us here on Facebook.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Scott.
All right, there's Logan Gay. She'll be part of our big story coverage coming up tonight on 13 News at 11. All right, let's go ahead and bring Angela back and talk about snowplows because, look, when it's 90 degrees outside, talking a little snow kind of feels nice.
Well, it is pumpkin spice latte day or whatever today ended up being.
Yeah, you know, it's another good question for our Facebook friends. Are you one of these pumpkin spice fans out there? You know, Starbucks is involved. We heard Dunkin' is involved. You know, they're putting their products out there. Is that something that you're interested in?
It's
not really my thing, but a lot of people out there love it.
A lot of people love it. It is way too early and way too hot for a pumpkin spice anything.
Right.
But I will probably have one, maybe two a season. And I do like the pumpkin scones.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. So I'll maybe have one of those a season, but then that's it.
You know, we're like 4 months away from Christmas.
I bought my first 2 Christmas gifts.
Did you already?
Oh,
wow.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay.
But we were at Dick's Sporting Goods getting Grace some golf balls, and they had, you know how they make the big ice cubes?
Oh, yeah.
In different shapes or whatever?
Yeah, right.
Golf ball ice cubes.
Perfect.
For Mark. For Christmas.
Now, Mark's probably not watching, right? He's not watching.
Just don't
Those
tell
have
him.
been good stocking stuffers.
I know.
Yeah, do not tell Mark.
That was my first Christmas gift I bought.
Good for you.
Thanks.
All right, let's talk about these snowplows. You know, look, we covered the DPW snowplows, of course, when it snows here in Indiana. But today they said, look, we need some help naming our snowplows. And so
they've got some good
the
ones.
names are really good. So let's go ahead and put those on the screen, and we want your input tonight. So here they are. Snow Mean City, Reggie Chiller.
I like that one.
Eli Chili.
Love that one.
Larry Bird.
I like that one too.
Peyton Melting.
That one's funny.
Snowy Canon.
Okay, I like that one.
Will Plower.
That might be my favorite.
Buzz Ice Clear. The Salt in Our Stars.
No.
And the Blizzard Wizards.
No.
So what do you think, Facebook friends? I mean, these, I think they've done a very good job putting together. Now, we need to learn how to spell naming.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's the way we
We just added an extra I for emphasis.
Exactly. So what of the...
Well, it's because all of these names are misspelled anyway, so it's probably just, it was in the mind.
Oh, well.
I like the 2 on that list.
Yeah.
And then I like the first list better.
Okay, so you liked Reggie Chiller.
I like Reggie Chiller. I like Snowy Canon.
Snowy Canon. You like Larry Bird.
I like Larry Bird.
And you liked Peyton Melting.
Melting. And then Will
Plower.
Will Plower might be my favorite. Will Plower. That's got to be one.
So I went ahead. So there is a website you can go ahead and sign up and put your vote in. We thought this was really cute. So I went ahead and filled in Will Plower.
That was your favorite too?
I thought that was a brilliant suggestion.
Yeah.
I love the Peyton Melting. I love the Larry Bird. I love the Eli Chili and the Reggie Chiller. I think all those are good. I mean, frankly, they did a great job. But let us know which one that you like. If you like Snow Mean City, Reggie Chiller, Eli Lilly, Larry Bird, Peyton Melting, Snowy Canon, Will Plower, Buzz Ice Clear, The Salt in Our Stars, and Blizzard Wizards. And yeah, I put some of these names on my Facebook, my own Facebook page today, and you know, there's people out there that still get upset.
Were there haters?
You get some haters out there that, you know, they say, look, why is the city spending any time at all having us rename snowplows?
Why not?
And, you know, hey, they ought to put the money and the time into fixing the roads and the sidewalks and the potholes. Look, I hit a pothole a couple of years ago. I ended up spending over $100 with a new tire.
Sure.
We're trying to, come on. take it in the spirit that it's, I mean, we talk about COVID all the time. We're talking about record homicides. We're just having some fun here. So play along with us. If you don't like it, you don't need to comment with that. So
no, I mean, in the city, they put in a lot of work to keep our streets clear. So why not have a little fun?
So are we getting
in the off season?
Are we getting any responses here?
We're a little bit delayed,
okay.
so we're not quite yet. So we might want to talk one more thing, and then we'll go back to it. Oh, wait. Kim is chiming in with Larry Bird. That's her favorite. I'm with you. That was clever.
Yeah, yeah. And Wes saying Christmas is here too soon. Have you seen some Christmas stuff out there already?
Oh, if you go to Hobby Lobby, it's out.
It is.
Yeah. Don't go there if you're not in the mood.
All the Halloween stuff is out there already too.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
My goodness. All right, Karen says Peyton melting. And let's see. Zach is with us tonight, so give us your thoughts on that so we can go ahead and while we're doing that, maybe you can share the forecast for tomorrow.
Yes, let me back up a couple of my graphics because we actually have some rain and storm activity to show you. It's actually holding together, and instead of moving just west to east, it's kind of sinking south. So the northern half of the state actually has a pretty good chance for a little bit of rain, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. It is forecast to weaken as it gets here, so keep your fingers crossed. A friend chiming in on Facebook from Atlanta in Hamilton County. Towns on either side of her getting rain the last week or so. She hasn't had any, so she would like whatever is up there to hold together and make its way toward Atlanta. So, but this is something that we'll watch. Otherwise, the big story for tomorrow is the heat. We're going to be low to mid 70s to start, light today, near 90 at lunchtime, and then 90 to 95 all afternoon with heat index values topping 100. So take it easy out there.
All right, let's see. Barb likes Peyton melting. Melanie likes Will Plower.
Will Plower.
And Bonnie's joining us from Angola, Indiana. So we mentioned at the top of the show this anniversary for Kokomo. You remember where we were 5 years ago tonight?
Yes, I was at the Big Green Wall, I think, for eight hours or so. I think it was my longest event covering severe weather. And Sean did, if you don't follow Sean Ash on Twitter, he's a great follow on Twitter. And he's very good at remembering
these anniversaries.
All of the stats and the anniversaries. But he had posted earlier 11 tornadoes that day. I cover them and then I forget because there seemed to be so many that day. And we had 2 EF3s that day, and one EF3 is the one that hit Kokomo and did the damage to Starbucks. And when you look back at some of the video, and I'm sure you can find it, our video, amazing that no one was seriously hurt in that Starbucks, all because of a very smart and ready to go and prepared employee that got them all in the back and in the right place.
You are so right. I think some of the really great video from that day, 5 years ago tonight, was taken, I think, from a neighboring restaurant looking out at the Starbucks, and you were absolutely right. That employee gathered everybody into I think it was one of the restrooms or the coolers.
Or something in the back that was away from the windows and doors, which is what we always say.
That was the Markland Mall, as I recall. I was up in Chopper 13 that day and looking at the damage there in Kokomo after the tornado hit, and that was just an incredible day. And then going back for sunrise and subsequent coverage. I mean, it's the kind of event all of us were a part of. And, but boy, you worked 8 or 9 hours straight.
Yeah, and you just are so thankful that people took the time to tune in and paid attention to the warnings that day, because on occasion we interrupt your favorite show.
Yeah, we do.
And it makes people mad. But you know, on a day like that, when we ended up with 11 tornadoes, 2 of them EF3 produced EF3 damage, we were just grateful that people tuned in and took the advice, heeded the warnings, did what they were supposed to do, and we didn't have, I'm not as good as Sean Ash at remembering things, but I don't think we had any serious injuries from that day.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I can't remember completely, but it was just one of those days that, yes, we were all involved in the coverage and making sure people knew what was going on. And, you know, we're just grateful that people did tune in and did what they were supposed to do.
Yep. Okay, so a couple of other folks joining us tonight: Terry, Robert, Tanya, Susan, Teresa tonight, Ralph joining us. Ralph says we have Christmas stuff in Sam's in Columbus, Georgia.
I believe it. I believe it. Those big stores get it out early.
Less than 4 months until Christmas. All right, so coming up tonight on the news at 11 o'clock, Angela's got the 7-day forecast. That way you can plan your outdoor events. And we'll also get an idea of how long these 90s are going to last. Get a sneak peek at your weekend. We've got the big story, the Afghan evacuation underway, and will we see any other refugees here in Indiana? All when we join you tonight on 13 News at 11. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook. Good night.